Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. There's this girl I want to talk to you about. Her name is Clara Barton, and her full name is Clarissa Harlow Barton. She was born on Christmas Day, 1821, and she was born in the city of North Oxford, Massachusetts. But unfortunately, she kind of died like a while ago on April 12th, 1912, and she died in Maryland of Glen Echo City. The question is, was Clara Barton mild-tempered? Yep. So this girl Clara, she's the youngest of 5 children. She has an older brother, and then an older sister, and then another brother, and another sister. And she also was teased by her brothers and sisters, obviously. I mean, their brothers and sisters, because she had a lisp. Super cool! So Clara's older sister, she became depressed and she had to stay in her room and for a very long time, and she didn't really participate with the family. So at a young age, Clara had to learn how to make the best of a situation, or in this case the family situation. So Clara Barton, I would assume she's mild-tempered because me and a family of 4 children and 2 parents, I have to put up with a lot of stuff that my brothers do.
This family is bursting at the seams and is desperate to sell.
We'd like to get a little bit more space.
But an odd floor plan could help.
What are you doing?
Nothing, don't worry about it, man. Clock and the drop top, cruising the streets. I got a real...
Tell Mom about the chocolate.
So I would assume that Miss Barton would have been mild-tempered because in order to put up with your family, you have to be at least mild-tempered. I mean, if you're hot-tempered, not going to work out. Later on in her life, Miss Barton worked at Washington, D.C. as the first woman clerk. And there were rumors that there was some sexual misconduct and she was being teased by all the male workers. Every time she tried to brush it off, it's another point that she could have been mild-tempered, because to put up with sexual misconduct and just to have your shoulders brushed off, you'd have to be mild-tempered. If you're hot-tempered, you'd obviously get angry and punch them in the face. In the Civil War, Miss Barton was called the Angel of the Battlefield because she aided to so many soldiers, injured soldiers. And she also became the superintendent of the Union of Nurses. That sounds pretty epic, right? And she was also the first female volunteer of the Civil War. But she was also later accompanied by Dorothea Dix and all these other famous, like Susan B. Anthony. That's one. She helped in 16 different battles with medical aid. The 3 major ones you'd probably know is Bull Run, and Antietam, which was the bloodiest battle, if you don't remember, and Fredericksburg. So I would assume that Miss Barton would be mild-tempered because injured people tend to get hot-tempered. As if you try to treat someone who's injured, they get kind of hot-tempered, and if she was hot-tempered and they were hot-tempered, it'd clash. It wouldn't work. But if she was mild-tempered and the person was hot-tempered, she could bring the boiling to a simmer. Yeah. Miss Barton's most historical effect upon our history is founding the American Red Cross. And if you don't know what the American Red Cross is, a volunteer-based program, and it helps aid those in disasters like Hurricane Katrina, 9/11, Haiti. Barton went to Europe in 1969 for a vacation, but it was there she was introduced about the concept of the Red Cross. She thought it'd be a good idea to bring the Red Cross organization and make it American. So later, in 1882, the American Red Cross was founded. Barton was president for 22 years. She even set up a home inside the headquarters, which is located in Washington, D.C. I just found that interesting. The first war that the American Red Cross helped aid was the Spanish-American War. I'd say Miss Barton was mild-tempered because she had 2 rules of action that she went by. The first one would be unconcern for what cannot be helped. The second would be control under pressure. Question number 1. Clara Barton was the youngest of how many children, and what problem did she have that her brothers and sisters made fun of her for? Question number 2. Miss Barton was the first what when she worked in Washington, D.C.? Okay. Now, question number 3. Name one of the 2 rules of action that Miss Barton lived by.